Hello, I'm Miss Suzie with True Body Project through the well.world, and today I'm here to talk to you about doing different kinds of breathing techniques to help support however we like to feel, whether that's just noticing how our natural breath is, or if we're feeling really tired, how we might give ourselves some more energy, or if we're feeling a little chaotic, how we are able to calm and ground ourselves a bit and really have that control and feel empowered in ourselves to help ourselves feel better or differently. So the first thing that we will do today is just feeling into our natural breath. So something that's very helpful is to just find a comfortable seat that you feel supported in. So if that's on the ground, you're always welcome to bring something underneath your hips. So I have a pillow underneath me if you have one of those at home, or you can sit up in a chair. And it's just finding a way that you're not feeling really tight through this front part of the hips, and that you're not rounding in your back. You feel like you can sit up really tall. And so we have our sit bones, which are those points of the hips that we sit on, feeling that they can be in contact with the ground. You can even move your hips forwards and backwards a little bit to find that perfect spot. And then your spine will start to stack up naturally from there. So we want to think about ourselves as three-dimensional beings. And so you think that height that comes from feeling rooted down through the ground just as much as we're lifted up through the crown of our head. And then feeling into our left and our right side bodies, that we can even breathe into those spaces. And then in our front and our back body, resting into the strength of our back. You can feel your shoulders softening down your back, so the front of your body feels a little bit more soft and open. So now if you want to bring your hands to your belly, maybe you have one below and one above your navel, your belly button. We're just going to see right now how you are feeling and noticing your breath without having to force it. So maybe softening or focusing your eyes. Observing the breath. If it has a texture, sometimes we might describe it as feeling a little bit more rough or rigid. Noticing if it smooths as you sit with it. If it's really short or more long. Noticing if the inhale or the exhale is longer, if they're balanced between them. And the longer that you're here, noticing if the breath starts to move down further in the body, lower into the belly, and if not, that's okay too. And sometimes just bringing our attention to the breath is enough to feel a little bit more calm and grounded on its own. So from here, that was wonderful. We're going to go into another technique, which is called the breath of fire. And a lot of these are yoga-inspired breaths. This first one, breath of fire, sometimes it's also called skull shining breath because it can really feel clear in our head when we're doing it. You'll bring a hand underneath the navel onto the lower belly. And it's a big exhale out through the nose. And so if you need to blow your nose first or anything like that, you're welcome to. And we'll feel it underneath the hand, how the belly pulls back with each of the rapid breaths. And I'll do a little example for you first, and then we'll do it all together. So with that hand under there, first I'm going to take a big breath in through my nose. And then exhale quickly out through my nose. So, big breath afterwards, out through the mouth. And so as we do that, feeling, again, underneath the hand that the belly is pumping back as the breath is moving up and out through the nose. And then you don't even have to think about the inhale because it just happens very naturally. So that was a little bit slower. We'll do 3 rounds of 5 of those quick exhales, a little bit slower, and then we'll pause and go from there. So all together, hand comes to the low belly, underneath the navel. Big breath in through the nose. Big breath in. Good. All right, and now we'll try that a little bit faster if you're comfortable with it. And if that pace that we were going was fast enough on its own, or if you get a little lightheaded or anything like that, it's totally okay to stick to that slower pace. So 3 rounds, 5 of the exhales, a little quicker this time, maybe double speed. So big breath in. So notice how you feel here. That was really excellent. Do you feel warmer in your body? Do you feel more alert or more calm? What is your experience? Just taking a moment now with that. All right, so now we're gonna do 2 more techniques. The first one is lion's breath. So I love this breath because if I'm ever feeling just really anxious or angry or anything where I need a big release, and it's one of those where if you want to like scream, big release like that kind of thing. So with it, it's an inhale through the nose and then a big exhale out through the mouth. And you make kind of a silly face. So you stick your tongue out as far as it can go. You're not using your voice, but your breath becomes loud as it's pushing out through the body, through the mouth. And even sometimes we cross our eyes, so we just look like a wild beast. But yeah, so I'll go ahead and show you, and we'll do this 3 times. Big breath in through the nose. And then you reach forward. Just notice how you feel. Good. And then our next breath, which is one of my favorites, is called Bumble Bee Breath. So this is done a few different ways in yoga practices. So more traditionally, you'll find a way to cover your ears and your eyes all at once, so you're shutting out the world and doing this humming. But I really like to do it where I can have movement with my arms as well. And so that's just how we're gonna do it today. So with Bumblebee Breath, you take a big breath in through your nose and you're sipping it in until you get to the very top, the very fullest part of your breath. And then you start to hum. So you have this, you have your lips with the slight seal to them, and then you're gonna, sometimes it feels a little tickly, but you get this massage through the hum, so that your whole face kind of shakes, and your eyes and your brain, all throughout your body. And so we're going to do this along with the arms, so that as you inhale, your arms are slowly coming up until your palms meet together. And as you exhale, you'll have that slow hum, the arms coming down with the same timing as the breath. So by the time you're out of breath, that's when your arms come down. And this is a very calming breath as well as balancing. So we'll try it all together. So notice how you feel. One of the other things I love about this breath is that it's also good if you have your mind circling a lot, or if it's really chatty, that the actual sound that you're making clears the mind, because it can't focus on the sound and all of your thoughts all at once. It's a really good reset. So just seeing what your experience is. And we'll go ahead and end with our little chimes. So just being able to hear and notice how they feel in the body as you listen. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.